Hi, conscious mothers. Better late than never. 10 minutes late. I thought I was 4 minutes late. I gave some extra love to people this morning, and my calls ran long, but better late than never. I'm excited to be with you here today. Today is such a huge, important topic for you. And this is a gift from me to you to really begin thinking about where you are not allowing your own needs, where you are thinking that if you did take care of you, real care of you, that you would become selfish, or your family would fall apart, or your marriage would combust. All these things we cite as reasons why we can't make a change. And you guys, I gotta be real. Arguing for our limitations keeps us in the same holding patterns. Arguing for why we can't change keeps us locked in overwhelm. And arguing for why we can't um, let in more abundance, or um, let ourselves be supported, or invest in ourselves. All these pieces are different aspects of that inner villain that holds us back, that inner saboteur, the one who says nothing's going to change. You can't fix that. Nobody can help you. Your life will fall apart if you start to take care of you or realize your own needs. And right now, we are in a time where we can see abundantly clearly the dynamics that we've been in for many, many years, and what happens when our kids need more help. We can see who's stepping in, and you guys might be seeing it in your relationships. So raise your hand if you feel like over the last 7, 8, how long have we been in the pandemic? Months of COVID, that you've seen dynamics more clearly in your family. Say hi when you come on. Let me know that you're here. And drop, first thing I want you to drop in the comments is, have you seen patterns more clearly? Ways that you don't take good care of yourself, or ways that you used to, but now you can't. So they weren't sustainable, or you don't know how to revamp in this current situation, right? Things have changed so much. Another thing you may have noticed is that patterns in your relationship were out of balance for you, and that you were somehow disempowered in how things get divided up and parceled out. So there's like this really stark contrast between who takes on what now that we're at home in COVID. Hi, Jess. So glad you're here. So say hi when you come on. I can see that there are a handful of you on here. So what I want to do is really begin with, and maybe Jess, you can tell me, I'm going to switch over screens and just look at my notes to read off a couple things. So tell me if you guys can still see me. I have never done this before, but I think it will work. So I'll check back in a second, and give me some likes and some hearts if this is still working and you can hear me. So what we're going to be doing a couple things today. One, we're going to be looking at what happens when we don't allow our needs as mothers. We all know the effect of this. We all know the result of ignoring our own needs. Maybe we're tired and we push through, and then all hell breaks loose and we go like, I knew it. I knew that I should have just slowed down. Or why do I do this every time? We know the results of being uh, in the patterns of anxiety and of overwhelm, and of not paying attention to ourselves. Yeah, and you see it crystal clear now, Irene. It's true. Once you start to really look inward, and celebrating you for doing this work, you find out what is underneath the layers that's been preventing you from taking good care of yourself. It's not so complicated. We all have our stories, we all have our blocks, we all have our barriers to deeply being here for ourselves, loving with compassion, taking good care of ourselves, nourishing all of us. We all have ways we tune out, we tune that out. And we go like, everyone needs me. So here's some of the things that came up from the post in the group. So if I did take true care of myself, then my children would not get their needs met, or my family would not be able to kind of go on. They wouldn't survive without that or without me. There are so many things that we tell ourselves that would happen. And I want to raise your consciousness around this in this chat today, and also give you a tool, a very, very powerful, some words, a statement, and a mental shift that will hopefully blow you out of this sort of unconsciousness, this deep sleep around you're not important. It's like we know that we matter, but we don't really know it because we're not putting it into practice. Or you wouldn't be here. If you already knew it, you wouldn't be here seeking for help and support on how to eliminate overwhelm, right? So if you're tuning in here, there's something for you. I just encourage all of you who haven't worked with me before to ask yourself, what are you doing here? And I want to know too. I want to know in the chat, what are you doing here? What are you looking for here? Are you just looking for what we call tips, free tips? And usually when that's happening, there's a certain amount of just not being ready to see the depth of what's not working because it scares us. That's okay. Or are you wanting to actually address what's not working and fix that? And today, this topic, we're really looking in the eye this idea that it's not okay to take care of ourselves, or that it's not okay to allow our needs. Because what I find is a lot of mothers don't know how to allow their own needs. That it's not even that they are against it. It's just that they don't know where to begin and they don't know how to do it. So you're looking for ways to begin to be more caring to yourself, more kind, more loving. Or if you're not looking for that, it's one and the same, but you may not know it yet. You're just wanting to eliminate the conflict, just end the drama for yourself, just completely escape the anxiety and escape the overwhelm, and just burn all those bridges and kind of just start over. This, I get both kinds of women who coming to work with me. You might be in one of those camps, and either one is okay. But at the core level, I want you to know that the thing that you probably think is causing the stress, like your husband or like your partner or like your kids sort of not listening, not respecting, really peel that back and challenge that and go like, but what about that? What about that relationship? Doesn't feel good to me. Well, my needs aren't acknowledged. My needs aren't respected. My needs are not being actualized in this current version of my reality. And that's all it is, you guys. Listen to that again. My needs are not being actualized in this current version of my reality that I have created. We got to take ownership that I have created. Your husband didn't create your life. Your parents did not create your life. They didn't create your marriage. Your children did not create you as a mother. You did that. I see people posting all the time that their kid made them a mother. You made you a mother. You did that with the help of divine intelligence and creative energy. Our children teach us about this new identity, this expanded identity as mother, but we choose it. And we get to choose it or deny it every single day. Every day we get to choose it or deny it. And the beautiful thing about that is that if you don't like the way it's going and you realize that you created it, now you are going to be the one to change it. And I know I'm just going to say this until I'm blue in the face. But you guys, we create our reality. We choose what's okay, what's not okay, how well we take care of ourselves, how connected we are to our children, how respectful they are to us, how what kind of attention we invoke from partners. We create all of that. We can also push it away. We can push away connection. We can push away affection. We can block love. We can keep away everyone who really does see us and love us and want to be here for us because of our own fears of what it would truly mean if we took up space, if we paid attention to what we want and need. We have a lot of fears about that, and they create a shit ton, sorry if kids are listening, of anxiety and overwhelm. So until we slow down and go like, oh my God, I have needs, and what if they really do matter, which is step one of self-actualization, then nothing really will change. And I speak to people all the time who think that reading books. I've spoken to a couple of people this week who said, I've done everything. I have tried everything. And then when we drill down, like, okay, what have you tried? What have you done? It's just, I've read books. And I have to be so real with you. Reading books is a kind of a one-dimensional experience. It's information, and we live in an information age. We can find information everywhere. And so information is free. It's really free. And we can Google anything, and we can listen to any free masterclass. I have a free masterclass out there helping thousands and thousands of women, and that's amazing. It's amazing. When it comes to what makes me happy, what fulfills me, how to move out of months or years of feeling so anxious, so stressed, so mad at everything, feeling resentful, not being able to be present, it does take more than reading 10 books. It does take more than listening to free podcasts. I'm just being real with you. You're not failing because you can't make some kind of transformation alone. We all need deeper kind of support than whatever you've been doing that you think is not working for you. If it's not working for you, there is a good reason. So it's limited in its offering, and that's okay. You know, everything is kind of inherently like limited in how much it can help us. And so I just want to say that a book is not a live, interactive, um, dynamic experience. It is just information. And so what I'm giving you today is so much more valuable than that. It is something that you can put into practice within yourself starting today. And if you are committed enough, you will see results from this. Okay, so I want you to get a pen and paper and really write down what I'm about to give you. There's a mentality of that it comes a lot. It's sort of coexistent with anxiety, with overwhelm, and relationship problems come from this. Overwhelm in parenting comes from this. And can you guys still hear me and see me? I hope so. And it's usually feels like resentment. It feels like nobody cares about my needs, or nobody appreciates how much I give. You know, and I know that it's easier to live there than it is to slow down enough to realize, but like, F me, I'm choosing it. You know, I'm choosing it. And because then we're mad at ourselves. I'm giving all this because ultimately I want to. And I remember this when I was there. Like, I was mad at everyone for not appreciating what I was giving up for them. And when my husband would say, but then don't do it. Like, but I didn't ask you to do that. So don't do it if you're so mad about it. I would just want to bash heads because I was so mad at me for not knowing the way out of that prison of giving and loving and serving and sacrificing, but being so angry at how they would just take it all, just use it, just use me up. And then I wouldn't feel like I was receiving back. And I just want to say to my past self that I love you so much, and I appreciate and see where you are, and where how much you're giving, and it's so beautiful, and also it's so self-harming. It's so hurtful to do it in that way. and that we can give in love from having already met our own needs, from continuously always meeting our own needs. We can give, and we can give from fulfillment and with love, and create so much more love. And then it comes back. When we're just giving and it's like going down the black hole and nobody sees and appreciates it, it's so annoying because there's no reciprocation. And then we're so angry at ourselves for not having done it better. Do you get that? Do you ever feel that? So raise your hand right now. If any of this is resonating for you, if you have felt or heard echoes or seen echoes of this in your marriage or family within yourself. I just realized my mic's not working, so hopefully you guys are really hearing me. I think so. Tell me if yes. Hi, Dana. Hi, Nora. You guys give me some thumbs up and give me some hearts if you can, if you're hearing me okay. And so the shift is when we're in that angry place and we just want to be like, and I hear women say this to me on the phone when they're stuck in anger, you know, I get to have needs too. Great. Thanks, Jess. Thanks, Irene. There's a feeling of like, I don't know where to go from being so angry and resentful and tired and empty. And all we can pull from overwhelm, from the vibration, the frequency of overwhelm and the frequency of anxiety, all we can pull usually from that space is anger. It's, what about me? What about me? I get to have needs and my needs matter too. Do they not? And we want to argue, and we want to prove our point, and we want to justify it, and we want to have fights about it, or we just withdraw and pull the plug and give up. Either way, it's horrible. Either way, your needs are not getting met. And can you see, like, nobody can meet those but you? Others can meet you there when you start doing that, but it doesn't work the other way. We can't expect for life to be beautiful and we feel like poop. That doesn't happen. So I get to have needs. My needs matter too, is usually kind of how we are in that low vibration. And it's kind of like an argument. It's almost like it's pretty disempowered, it's angry, it's resentful, it's wanting to fight for what you need, like it's a form of resistance. I'm resisting where I am because I don't like it, and it's got to change, and you're the reason, and you better fix this, and you better see that I am worthy of my needs, and that you need to appreciate me, damn it. Raise your hand if you've ever had a rant like that. I'll raise two. All right. Love you, my past self. And I'm so, so grateful, you guys. I don't live there anymore. I do not have resentment in me. I do not have victiminess in me. I do not have anger and frustration that my needs aren't being met. Do you know why? It isn't because my husband woke up one day and said, "Oh my gosh, I hear everything you're saying, and how can I help?" That didn't happen. That he came with a cape and said, "I'm your rescuer, I'm your hero, and tell me all the things that you need for me to be to you so that we can live a happy and fulfilled partnership together." That never happened. He did, however, say, like, "Tell me what to do. And I can't fix that for you," which I appreciate because it led me to my own journey. And I'm so grateful that now I know the secrets to healing what is an unmet need in me, and you can all do the same. And there is a process and a step-by-step structured path that we must walk in order to eliminate that kind of mental trash that has us chasing rabbit holes for freedom. The freedom is not there. The freedom comes from here, not from a partner changing up anything or a job change or a move. It doesn't. I can't tell you how many women I speak to that say, "Oh my God, I thought the answer was moving or selling our house. I thought the answer was a job change or my husband's job change." Guess what? I found myself again in the same rhythm of feeling overwhelmed and anxious. And the reason why is because our unconscious is calling all the shots. They're painting the whole picture of our reality. Our unconscious voices are dictating how wealthy we get to be, how many friends we have, how much support comes in, how much we get to give and serve, how worthy we are of being seen. All of that junk that nobody's talking about is what your unconscious is dictating, and that is your reality. Are you with me? I know my clients are with me. I hope this isn't going over your heads, but give me a shout. If you haven't worked with me before and you do hear this talk, please do give me some thumbs up so I know if it's resonating. And here's the shift, you guys. From I get to have needs, my needs matter too, damn it. Do you hear how that is trying to prove something to someone outside of you? Forget that game. Forget it. Torch it, burn it, slash it, throw it away. It's garbage. There is no amount of convincing we can do to a partner, to our kids, to our mothers, to whoever in your life you fight with. There's no amount of convincing. There is only giving up. And I mean what I said, giving up, surrendering that fight. Give it up. Surrender that fight and shift from a disempowered victimhood stance, a nobody gets me, moms don't get to be sick. There's no one there that's coming to rescue you. And you know what? We don't get points for like who's the biggest victim. There's no we don't get points for that. There's no riches in heaven waiting for the bigger victim you are or the more you martyr yourself. There's just no nothing more waiting for you on the other side. This is a truth I know from my connection to my source. This is coming through in my meditation loud and clear. Everything I share with you is channeled wisdom, and I want you to be the most empowered you can be in your life. And the mental shift that came through for you guys today is get ready to write it down. I notice and support my needs for the good of me and my family. So this is a building block of I allow my needs. If you choose to, you can begin with I allow my needs. And then what comes next is I notice and support my needs. And do not forget the most important scaffolding piece for all of you who are giving it all away and giving yourself nothing for the good of me and my family. That piece is important because we have to know that what we're doing is for everyone's good because we're mothers and it matters. And rather than trying to deny that part of our experience of what our heart says, of what generations and generations have told us and taught us, we just need to write it into our new story and our new reality. We want to link together those two important thought loops. So the idea of like it's good for my needs to be, it's good for me to meet my needs. It's good for me to find out how to get my needs met and to do that action. And it is for the highest good of me and my family. Breathe it in. Place your hands over your heart and close your eyes and listen to the words and let them wash over you. I notice and support my needs for the good of me and of my family. Take a deep breath in and let the words flow through you and anchor you into this earth. And open your eyes when you're ready. It's nobody else's job to heal our wounds or to teach us how to meet our needs for us. It's nobody else's job to rescue us and wave a magic wand and heal us of where we've been stuck. It is our responsibility alone, each of us. And until we accept that challenge and take up uh, take up our tools, our arms, we're never going to be in ownership of our lives. Can you hear that and feel that? So in any way that you have been outsourcing your wellness to anyone else, there's limitation there. So call that back to yourself. Call the role of master, caregiver, teacher, learner for yourself back to you and really open to what is the next best resource for you in eliminating overwhelm. And maybe for today, you just want to utilize this mantra and put that into practice and see where that takes you. If you want help, reach out to me. Happy to connect with any of you who need help. But put it into practice, and then I'm giving you a call to action, which is to come back to the group and post in the group what came for you from this talk. Meaning, what happened when you said, I notice and support my needs for the good of me and my family. Say it all day for the rest of today. Say it for the next 3 days and watch what happens. Watch what shifts in your mind. Watch what shifts in your expectations or your field of energy. Watch what happens in the way that you hear your spouse asking you to do something. You have a little, oh, wait, is that mine? Do I need to do that? Do I need to be the owner of all the things? Or could it be some other way? I invite you to take more ownership of your life, to stand in deep presence, witnessing where you are, what you don't like, and letting that give rise to a new thought of what you do want. Okay, lots of love to all of you. Reach out if you want help. You can book a clarity call with me or PM me if you have questions, and I'm happy to check in with you. All right, guys, have a great day. Love you to all my clients who are here. Mwah! Love you guys. Have a great day.